What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to this week's all-new Pacific Rim video. After last week's video about the precursors and if we'll learn more about them in Pacific Rim Uprising, I found myself really curious about the beginning of their second invasion of Earth, the first being the dinosaurs as they mention in the first movie. In the world of Pacific Rim, the second invasion began in 2013, about a dozen or so years before the events of the movie itself, and their world was essentially our world then, up until the first kaiju attack. On August 10, 2013, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of San Francisco, followed quickly by the emergence of a 300-foot tall beast, later given the name Trespasser, in the San Francisco Bay. And as they would have been in our world too, the government and military were caught completely off guard, and the monster rampaged through San Francisco, destroying the Golden Gate Bridge before carving a swath of destruction across California. With conventional military equipment proving ineffective, the monster ravaged the California coast for 6 full days, destroying cities like Sacramento and Oakland along the way, before the military made the decision to use tactical nuclear missiles, 3 of them, to end the threat. The world mourned this attack, which they thought or maybe hoped to be an isolated incident, a belief which was supported by the fact that no new attacks occurred for 6 months. Then, tragedy struck again. Another massive kaiju, nicknamed Hundun, attacked the Philippines, coming ashore under the cover of a tropical storm. The beast completely devastated the city of Manila before also being brought down by tactical nuclear strikes. However, its toxicity severely contaminated the densely populated city, essentially making it uninhabitable. 4 months after that attack, tragedy struck the Americas again as Kaisef attacked Cabo San Lucas in Mexico's Baja Peninsula. Once again, it was brought down by a nuclear strike, but as it was so close to the city itself, the blast destroyed much of the city. Finally, events came to a head in September of 2014, almost 13 full months since the first attack on San Francisco, as an even more massive kaiju, Scissor, attacked the Australian city of Sydney. At this point, the military had a fairly good idea of how to defeat the beasts with nuclear weapons. Detecting Scissor before he made landfall, the military deployed their tactical nuke. The blast, though, didn't kill Scissor and only slowed him down. After 3 days of devastation and in desperation, the military detonated a second nuke, this time just 13 miles north of the city. The second blast successful, the monster fell, but the blast destroyed half of the city too. It was clear the continued use of nuclear weapons was unimaginable, as the monsters continued to target civilian populations. To continue using nukes would only lead to the incidental destruction of more cities. So, less than 2 weeks after the attack in Sydney, a conference was called in Seoul, South Korea, seeking a more effective solution to the kaiju menace. There, a scientist named Jasper Schoenfeld unveiled his plan, inspired by his son's robot and monster toys, the Jaeger Project. Out of the conference, a new intergovernmental agency was formed, the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps, funded by the UN, with work on the Jaeger Project beginning in earnest. But even with neural bridge technology, early test pilots struggled to control the massive machines by themselves, leading to the near-accidental discovery of drift compatibility. With this technology allowing control of the Jaegers, it was time for their first test. In April of 2015, just months after the initiation of the program, the PPDC unveiled their first prototype Jaeger, Brawler Yukon, in response to the appearance of the kaiju Karloff, which was spotted headed to Vancouver. The Jaeger met the kaiju head-on in downtown Vancouver and quickly exceeded expectations, forcing the beast out of the city and ultimately striking it down. The victory proved the viability of the Jaeger program, and quickly 5 more Mark I Jaegers were constructed: Coyote Tango, Horizon Brave, Romeo Blue, Tacit Ronin, and Cherno Alpha, along with the construction of Jaeger deployment centers called Shatterdomes in 8 cities from Hong Kong to Lima. As the war progressed, kaiju began to adapt to their new foes, growing stronger and stronger within the PPDC's new category system. Jaegers in turn became more and more complex and powerful, growing from Mark I to Mark II, and eventually by the time of the first movie, Mark V. That's actually about where the story ends. I mean, we might do a future video on the wall and why that was obviously a bad idea, but I really love the beginning of this war with the kaiju and that world that Guillermo del Toro and Travis Beacham created, in part because it's so frighteningly realistic in a way that I never really thought a world of giant robots and monsters would be. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. That's gonna do it for me here. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw and subscribe for more great content every single day. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.